What's up guys, the Red Cloak here, and today is What If Naruto is in My Academia Part 4. If you guys like the other part so much, I'm going to give you guys another part. So 70 likes and I'll possibly give you guys another part in the near future. Let's make this quick and brief and let's get right into that intro. Hit it.
Yeah, hold up, what the fuck? Hey, bass in the trunk, yeah. Shorty wanna fuck, but I'm busy getting bucks. If you know my fucking name, you know my music bumps. If you hate my fucking shit, you a motherfucking chump. Hey, ooh, yeah, damn, Billy stay high like a kite. Yeah, bitch, I blew up overnight. Yeah, you know the world around town. Hey, my diamonds bright like a light. Yeah, my music different, I'm right. Hey, my music different, I'm right. Yeah, who the fuck else sounds like this? Hey, my music different, I'm right. I don't give up.
Last we left off, we actually finished up, or actually wrapped up, the UA Sports Festival, and we went into the Stain arc, or the Hero Kill arc, which ended prematurely, and we went over the final exams. I did hit you guys with a cliffhanger last video, but this means we're in Season 3, and that cliffhanger will have more light on it, so don't worry. Like the original Mr. Aizawa still tells about the hero training camp thing, and basically they all go on the bus, and they all arrive there. The bus stops. Naruto actually says why the bus stopped. Aizawa then says that you have 3 to 4 hours to actually make it through the forest, and if you don't make it through the forest, you don't get lunch. Naruto, hearing this, would speed through the forest with Class 1A. Naruto and Class 1A would actually go in the forest, and Naruto would actually start destroying robots. Well, the animals, but they're just shown to be robots. Naruto would use his Rasengan and actually break one of the robots, while Sasuke uses lightning and actually break it apart. Gaara uses sand and crush one robot. Naruto actually finds Mina about to get crushed by a robot, well actually about to get swatted away by the robot, but Naruto actually saves her and actually grabs her by the arm and just says, "Are you okay?" Mina, being the energetic person she is, he actually yells yes, and then Naruto then say, "Let's continue going." A good 2 to 3 hours, they actually make out the forest, and Naruto actually sits down on the ground tired and actually just says he just can't keep going like this. Enough of that out of the way. Now let's get into actual training arc, which I'll only be focusing on Gaara, Sasuke, and Naruto because they're the newest people of this What If. Sasuke's training is going to be a little bit like Kaminari, but this time it's actually going to be more intense. Sasuke will have to keep his Sharingan on, or his red eyes, and he had to use his curse mark stage 1. And this is very straining. Sasuke having to use this for a whole day would actually tire him out or actually make him faint. So I was always trying to push him past his limits so he can actually get stronger. So what Sasuke is focusing on is to actually master 1, the curse mark, and 2, actually keep it on without straining himself and actually collapsing like he did against Gaara. For Gaara, he must take a lot of lightning bolts from Kaminari and Sasuke, and he actually must get shot by water so he can actually improve his sand's durability. Yeah, so from time to time, Aizawa would actually pull out a hose and actually shoot Gaara's sand, so that means Gaara would have to learn his durability, or actually strengthen the durability of his sand. For Naruto, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Naruto actually has to use Rasengan and Rasen Shurikens to actually break rocks, and for the other hours that he needs to do, he needs to talk to the Nine Tails. So this is pretty traumatized for Naruto, because Aizawa does think if he can have the Nine Tails under his control, then he's basically going to be a great hero and stop villains anywhere. Mandalay and the other wild pussycats actually still set up the games. This actually means Naruto, since he's replacing Invisible Girl, he's teamed up with Jiro. While Jiro and Naruto actually walk in the forest, Naruto actually does get scared, and so does Jiro, and Jiro just calls him a baby, then Naruto just says, "You were screaming too." If you guys are asking why am I using this Naruto PNG, because this is a grown man Naruto, well, this is only Naruto has casual clothes, and this is the last Naruto, so yeah, get used to it, I'm sorry. While Jiro and Naruto are walking, Jiro actually asks Naruto, does Gaara like her? Naruto's about to answer the question until pink gas comes near them, and Naruto just tells Jiro not to inhale the gas until both of them get knocked out. When Naruto is knocked out, a voice would appear in his head telling him to get up. Naruto would hear this and he would actually get up. Naruto would get up and you see Yarirozu, but when he wakes up, he actually accidentally calls her, yeah, you know, the thing on the screen, you guys can see it. When Naruto finds out who this is, he actually apologizes, he actually says, "I'm sorry, I did not know, I was just dreaming or something, and then somebody woke me up." Momo actually not being like Sakura, she would actually say, "It's all good, just I'm glad you're okay." To the camp, since Sasuke and Gaara are actually replacing Mineta and Sero, Sasuke for one is actually still near Mandalay, and Gaara is actually not in Sero's place in the whole classroom thing. So Gaara is actually near Mandalay as well, and when they hear that villains are attacking, Gaara and Sasuke nod each other and they actually both run into the forest. Mandalay will try to stop them, but she can't really because Spinner and Big Sis Magna is actually attacking her. Gaara and Sasuke actually split up because they know that it can cover more ground, they can find more Class 1B and Class 1A students. Sasuke would then meet up with Todoroki and Bako. Todoroki would then say, "Why'd you come to the forest? It's too dangerous here." Sasuke would then scoff and just say, "You think I can't handle little villains?" Moonfish still attacks them, but Sasuke actually makes a lightning explosive way that actually pushes Moonfish back. Gaara's part of the story. Gaara actually meets up with Momo and Naruto. Naruto would actually say, "Gaara, you're here." Gaara would then see Jiro on the floor and actually then say, "What happened to her?" Naruto would then say, "Gas," and basically pawn this mask so you don't get hurt or basically knocked out. Gaara would put it on and then say, "What's the plan?" Naruto would say, "I don't know, but where's Deku?" Gaara would then tell Naruto that he went to go look for Koda. Then Naruto would then say, "Alright, I hope Koda's safe." They actually hear from Mandalay that they can use their powers to defend themselves. Then Gaara would actually hear one more thing that's actually shocking to the bone, that they're after one more UA student, which will not be named until it's actually said and done. Naruto would get up and start running, actually try to look for Deku. Then Naruto would actually then say, "Gaara, go stay here and look for Momo." Gaara would then comply and just say yes and just say good luck. Great! Naruto found Shoji and Deku, but this is actually bad. Dark Shadow's out of control, so Naruto starts running with them, because they don't know that Dark Shadow is weak to light. Only Sasuke does. When they meet Sasuke, Sasuke just screams out light, so its weakness. So basically Todoroki uses his flames, Bakugo uses explosion, Naruto uses Rasengan, and both Sasuke would actually use his lightning, and they actually weaken Dark Shadow, revert back to its base form, and actually helping Tokoyami. Tokoyami actually shows his frustration, actually let Dark Shadow actually hurt everyone here, but Sasuke put a hand on his shoulder and just say, we would have done the same for you, Tokoyami. No need to worry, get up. We need to stop this thing. Well, I established in the last part, they're basically best friends, Sasuke and Tokoyami, so this is actually good. Group is actually running, but 3 of them are missing. Tokoyami and Bakugo, yeah, they're missing, but the person who's missing is Sasuke. Mr. Compress explains why he captured Sasuke. One, Orochimaru wants him and wants his body, so basically he wants that Uchiha clout still. Second option is basically he'd make a perfect fit for the League of Villains. The curse mark's gonna corrupt him and he's gonna want more power. And the League of Villains has that power. And basically another organization wants him. So basically Sasuke's pretty much famous. So he'll be taking it. Both Naruto and Deku would be enraged and both of them would actually chase after Mr. Compress. Uraraka and Froppy still sling them up and basically they would tackle Mr. Compress, but the marbles that they got were fake. Aoyama still comes in the clutch and actually Shoji actually grabs one of the marbles. Todoroki fails to grab one of them, and Naruto tries to grab one, but a snake arm basically grabs it and basically just says, sad little Naruto. Person is none other than Orochimaru, and he would actually grab Sasuke while Dabi grabs Bakugo. Naruto and Deku actually scream out their names while Deku actually screams out Bakugo's name loud. Naruto continues screaming until Sasuke just says, Naruto, don't come, it's too dangerous, while he gets sucked through the portal. Naruto can't believe it. His first friend, the first friend he ever made, the person he knew since birth, is gone. Because he was too weak, because he was not fast enough to save him, and wasn't quick enough. Naruto would then sit on the ground on his knees, and then look at the air, and then scream. Naruto would then collapse, and then the scream that we heard around the world, Naruto would then completely be unconscious. And now, Todoroki and Shoji would have to carry them back to camp. Naruto would wake up in his bedroom, well, basically his hospital room, and actually see a bunch of UA students, well, Class 1A students. You'd actually see Todoroki, everyone else. Naruto would be glad to see them, and then you just notice that Sasuke disappearing, or Sasuke basically being kidnapped, wasn't a dream. Naruto putting his head down would actually start crying and sobbing until Kirishima puts his hand on his shoulder and say, we can still save them. I have, or actually Momo has, a tracking device. Naruto hearing this actually be excited and say, we can still save them. Yes, thank you, Kirishima. I have to thank Momo after this too. Ida would actually say, no, it's a bad idea, but then Naruto would just look at him and just tell him to shut up. Naruto would then throw Ida some facts and say, would Sasuke sit on his ass basically while we get kidnapped? No, he wouldn't. He'd actually come for us because we're his dear classmates. We're his friends. We're not going to stop until we get him, right, Ida? Ida would get angry at this and actually walk out the room, while Naruto would then say, you're Kirishima. Tell me what time you guys are going to be doing it, and I'll be ready. Then Naruto would then look at Mina and just say, Mina, you're okay, right? Mina would then say yes, she didn't get hurt because she wasn't even outside. Mina would then say, I wish I could help you, I'm sorry, Naruto. Naruto would then put a hand on her head and just say, you did everything you could, that's all for now. Leave the rest of the pros and us. Pro hero team would assemble the team that's going to save Bakugo and Sasuke. Itachi's obviously going to be there because his brother just got kidnapped by the League of Villains. And basically, Kakashi's going to save him because that's his student. Madara's along with this mission because Orochimaru is involved and he wants to get rid of Orochimaru because basically he was his /friend /enemy/rival. Students would then arrive, but for the disguises, I don't know about Naruto's disguise, so who cares? You guys can think about it. It's your own headcanon. You guys can do whatever you want. The Class 1A students that go to save Bakugo and Sasuke actually look through the window of the League of Villains hideout and they just see something horrifying. They see test tubes, a lot of them, and they see a blank sheet of paper. They don't know what it says because of the binoculars that they're looking out of. While the students are looking, half of the building's destroyed, and a man in the suit would actually pop out of nowhere, which is All For One. This is All Might arch nemesis, so he actually has to fight him as normal. The copycat hero, Kakashi, actually sees Bakugo and Sasuke basically facing off against villains. Kakashi tries to run in there, but a scythe actually beat him to the face. The scythe has actually hit him, but he actually does dodge. Two men walk up at the shower. Kakashi would look up at their cloaks up and down. Kakashi would then say the Akatsuki. You guys used to eliminate other crimes for funds, but now you team up with the League of Villains. That means you're our enemies. Kakashi would then say Kakuzu and Hidan. Didn't know you guys were actually in the Akatsuki. Kakuzu would then say yes, we're allies. Doesn't mean that we agree with the League of Villains are doing. They're completely reckless. They have no set of motion what they're gonna do. Kakashi would then fight the two, and then he actually noticed that Hidan being stabbed in the leg, he actually still walking. It actually does hurt, but he's still walking. Kakashi would then say, somebody would be crippled by that. How is he still walking? Hidan would then say, we're not like your average humans, we're actually immortal, Kakashi. Kakashi would then stutter and just say, no way, that's impossible. Kakashi was going to get back and actually try to use the Kwame, actually Kwame Hidan's head off. Kakashi was able to react in time and actually kick Hidan out the way, and then you just tell Hidan to actually pay attention next time. Your head would be completely off if he actually did that. Kakashi would then look up and just say, there's too many heroes here. Hidan, let's bail. We can't get caught here. Hito would just sigh and just say, yeah, I'm coming, and they both would leave. Kakashi would try to run after them until Endeavor just says, don't chase after them. The real threat is this guy right over here. Sasuke shakes off the other League of Villains members, but he actually gets stopped by a bone. A bone? Sasuke just says, who could do this? Then somebody would appear out of the shadows, and they would actually start hitting him with a bone sword. It would be Kimimaro, and then he would just say, Sasuke, come with me so Orochimaru's dreams can be achieved. Sasuke would then scoff and say, hell no, I'm not doing that. He would turn to his curse mark form and actually start fighting him. Sasuke is actually losing, like very badly. Mr. Compressive Battle captures Sasuke until, yep, Itachi steps in. Itachi would then say, Sasuke, run as far away from here, but the League of Villains actually stop him again. He's actually to fight with Bakugo. Itachi actually dismantles Kimimaro. Kimimaro doesn't really have a chance because he's still sick. When Itachi sees the students actually saving Bakugo and Sasuke, Itachi would just say, those kids, they never learn. But I'm glad they saved my brother and Bakugo. Well, might as well deal with you now. Kimimaro would go on his knees and basically cough up some blood and just say, I think I'm done here. Itachi would say, where can I find Orochimaru, and where can I find the other people who work with him? Kimimaro would just say, go to hell, and he actually warp away. Itachi would just say, warp? He cannot have another quirk called warp. He has a bone quirk, only one quirk. He cannot have two, that's impossible. I also want you guys to guess who warped Kimimaro away. You guys can guess, I don't mind. Itachi would then see the end clash of All For One versus All Might, and then he would just know All Might won, but at what cost? Then Itachi would just say, wait, that means since All Might is basically going to retire, doesn't that mean that I'm going to become the third best hero, or actually second best, probably? Naruto opened up the door in his apartment, and he actually sees Jiraiya sitting down. Jiraiya would just say, Naruto, I saw you come in and actually try to save Sasuke and Bakugo. I'm glad that you did save them, but what if the pros weren't there? You guys would have died. The villains probably would have captured you. You guys should never do something like that reckless again. You can't just use your quirk willy-nilly. Naruto then looked down until Jiraiya would say, it was what I would say, but Naruto, you did something great today. You're truly going to become a hero one day, a good one. And Jiraiya would then say, Naruto, I know you're strong and I know you will become great, but you're just like your dad. You rush in when somebody's in trouble, and that's what I like about you. Just keep on regarding, just keep on doing your thing, and you'll become a great hero. Naruto would then hug Jiraiya and just say, you bet, pervy sage. Jiraiya would just scoff and just say, stop calling me that. While Todoroki's home, he actually asks where his father is, aka Endeavor, and his sister actually just says that he's in the room basically, raging out that, you know, All Might gave up and basically retired and he's now on number one, he just can't accept it. Todoroki's older sister would then look at Todoroki and just say, Todoroki, I met somebody nice and I'm actually dating them. Todoroki's eyes would open and say, who are you dating? She actually whispered in his ear and say, the Black Raven, aka Itachi Uchiha. Todoroki actually spit out his water and just say, Itachi Uchiha? His sister would then say, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a brother. Does he go to the same school you do? Aren't you guys in the same class? Todoroki would just say, yeah, but then he would just run in his room and actually call Sasuke. Sasuke actually was going to call him because he actually heard the news that they're both dating. Todoroki's sister invites Sasuke and Itachi in their house, and they're actually going to explain how they met. Itachi then says that she was attacked by Orochimaru and that he saved her. Itachi then says it's unclear why Orochimaru tried to kidnap her, but he actually does say that he did not know this was Endeavor's daughter until like 3 months ago. Itachi then says that she's been working on his hero outfit. She's actually been helping him, and she actually visits my agency. Todoroki does say, does Endeavor know about this? Itachi just says, yeah, he's been knowing about it. He doesn't even mind it. Sasuke would then think to himself, say, if these two get married, that means Todoroki would be his brother-in-law. Sasuke would then gag and just say, oh god. Todoroki would say, what do you mean, oh god? Sasuke would just say nothing. Itachi would then look at Todoroki and Sasuke and say, can you two really get along for our sake? Sasuke would then look up and just say, yeah, I will. Todoroki would just say, I will. Do it for my sister's sake. Itachi would then say, I actually know she was quirkless as well, so I didn't really mind it. I don't really care if you have a quirk or anything. Todoroki's sister actually hugged Itachi, and Itachi would then say, well, Sasuke, let's get going. We should probably get home. Sasuke would just nod and say, yeah. This is where I'll be leaving off the what if. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I really did myself. It's been the Red Cloak. I'm gonna head up out of here. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'm out. Peace.